Welcome everyone, Souldin the Grin Brothers here, and it's yet another episode of Tea Time. Now, I've got a lot to discuss today, so I'm going to be quite quick with just starting this opening thing. Unusual for me. My tea for today is Nighttime. It's an organic oat flower, lavender and lime flower tea. It's apparently for peaceful sleep, and it's definitely a green tea. It's a very, very green tea. In any case, today on Tea Time, I shall be discussing an important news update that came about. The new character announced in Dead or Alive 5 last round! No, I'm going to be talking about the Nintendo Direct. The recent January Nintendo Direct, first of the year. Though I could talk about Dead or Alive. I could do that. But no, Nintendo Direct. Now, there's a lot of stuff on this Nintendo Direct. Also, I'll warn you in advice, I'm on a swivel chair at the moment. I've got a nice little desk at the moment here, so sorry if any of that sound comes up. Anyways, Nintendo Direct. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Nintendo Direct. There's a lot of stuff that came about from this Nintendo Direct, so I may not be able to get it all in. Hopefully I will, or at least cover the stuff that I think matters, at least to me, because obviously this is more my personal opinion than a normal information feed. There are tons of sites where you'll be able to get this information quite well. I shall also note that this is based on my viewing of the European Nintendo Direct because I'm from the UK. So there are certain games that won't pop up. I found out quite recently that, for instance, the information on Hyrule Warriors, Tingle and Young Link are both the DLC characters for the Hyper Master Mask Pack. That wasn't in the EU Direct. So there will be differences. In any case, let's begin with the talk of the first Nintendo Direct of the year, European version. A lot of these things will obviously match up. First off, there was a new Fire Emblem announced for 3DS. Currently, Fire Emblem working title. I don't care. I like that the Fire Emblem series is back on track. Fire Emblem Awakening was going to be the last one until its success proved otherwise. And it's nice to see that it's still, living. Though frankly, if Intelligent Systems wanted to cheer me up with a game, it'd be a Paladipon game, and recognising its 20th anniversary. That would please me a lot more. It should also be noted that I really want a Paladipon game, considering that there's a lot of puzzle games coming out at the moment. Nintendo announced Puzzle & Dragon Z's worldwide release, and Puzzle & Dragon Super Mario Edition. And they then also announced that both games would be on the same cartridge for the same, for the usual 3DS price, which is an awesome thing and does tempt me to actually getting the game. I've only got 2 3DS games on my list of 3DS games I want, so a third or fourth one, I wouldn't mind having those, and it does look like a fun game. That's apparently for a May release, at least for Europe, so I may have money for then. It all depends. But it does look fun, does look cool. I like that Nintendo have been getting these games from other countries, to this country recently as of late. Bravely Default was a great move on their part. Absolutely loved it. And maybe it'll be the same with this one. I'll be tempted. Depends on how other things go. Another game, they're on for the Nintendo eShop, 3DS eShop, Pokemon Shuffle was announced. It's a free-to-play game. Again, if it was a puzzle game announced, I was hoping it'd be Paladipon. Or, Pokemon Shuffle, just not interested in it, really. But any of you who want to play a free-to-play game on the 3DS, well, you got one. Feel free to do so. One of the coolest things they announced early on in the thing, though, was, although it's not something that will apply to me a huge amount, is that you'll now be able to have a Wii Virtual Console on the Wii U. You'll be able to download whole Wii games from the Wii shop. In January alone, we're getting Super Mario Galaxy 2, Donkey Kong Country Returns, and Metroid Prime Trilogy, which is pretty awesome. We're also getting Kirby's Adventure Wii, Donkey Kong Country Returns, Punch Out, Pandora's Tower, and Sin and Punishment Successor of the Skies. The last two are, not quite so well-known Nintendo IP, so I'm great to see that it's a good variety there. Sorry about the coughing. Yeah, there's a good variety there. And I'm actually in the sort of business of the moment, as it were, of collecting Wii games for something I intend to do. I don't like downloading games, but if ever I get in the case where I can't find a Wii game and I'm properly desperate, at least I can turn to my Wii U's eShop to be able to download them, which is a really cool idea. It's probably going to take up a heck of a lot of room, but I've luckily got myself an external hard drive now for my Wii U. So if push comes to shove, I'm secure with my Wii U. I should be safe. So, any of you who like those sort of those games coming out, be sure to check them out because the Wii had an absolutely amazing library of video games. One which I hope to be able to show off to you at some point during the lifetime of Grin Brothers, which hopefully will be a very long time. Other things announced. Next, they're introducing a new line of amiibos, the Super Mario Bros. Amiibos. Mario, Luigi, Yoshi, Peach, Bowser, and Toad. And the Toad will be compatible with Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, a game that I'll be eagerly waiting to get, hopefully for my birthday. But the Toad sort of edition, exclusive to Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, isn't really much to hype up. It just adds in a pixel Toad to find in each level. Just a little bit more to do. It's nothing big. Hide and seek mode. The Mario Party 10 stuff seems to be pretty interesting. Again, I'm not interested in getting any more Mario Party games anymore. But DK is playable in it. Which they removed DK from like Mario Party 5 and it's like never made much sense. Well, they made him like some special board thing, but I don't understand why he was removed from being a playable character. But glad to see he's playable. That's apparently coming like March 20th. And usage of Amiibo does seem pretty nifty. And it appears to be a save feature Amiibo, similar to Super Smash Bros. Amiibo's usage. Not just a read-only usage. Which is cool to see that other games will be doing that and so soon. Not my sort of thing, but if you want it, if for Europe, it comes out March 20th. Another, probably the biggest surprise though, biggest surprise in that I never saw it coming, Namco Bandai are making a game for the Wii U called Project Treasure. Project Treasure is to be an online, free-to-play game for Wii U, exclusive for Wii U, by Namco Bandai. Four-player co-op, apparently you sort of like have to sort of avoid traps and such, and sort of action and all that. They didn't really tease much other than some sort of pretty darn good looking art design. For a second I thought they were teasing a MOBA, which I still think would be pretty cool. My Rafi plays Dota 2 a ton, and I've always been interested in trying a MOBA, but doesn't look to be a MOBA, but looks to just be an interesting game. Because it's free to play, I'll probably try out when it comes out, but they didn't show much of it, so it's a partial interest. But it's interesting to see, and nice to see that there's a third party making a game on the Wii U. My favourite game sort of being discussed here was Platoon, obviously. They showed off an Inkling Plaza where you can go to the various modes, customise your character, view the weapon shop, the hat shop. Team Fortress 2 here, folks! Hats! I hope that didn't spike too loudly. My snowball's ever so close. Yeah, hat shop, clothing shop, and sort of various sort of accessories like that. Unfortunately, the clothes will have sort of customised effects, which is a little bit disappointing. But I do like the sort of degree of weapon customization. You've got your primary weapon, your secondary weapon, like sort of like mines and such, and special weapons, or like power up, you go on Super Saiyan mode. And it's coming out in May. That's really soon. Glad to hear that. Being Splatoon's my second most looked forward to game of 2015. I can't wait to play it. Xenoblade Chronicles X and more info. Not really my sort of thing. Not really interested in it. But that comes out 2015 for anyone wondering. Does look wonderful. It's a gorgeous looking game, but not my sort of thing. Mario vs Donkey Tipping Stars is going to be available on both Wii U and 3DS. And if you buy the Wii U version, you get the 3DS version for free to download. And vice versa, which is a cool thing to see Nintendo is sort of starting up now. Not going to get it because I don't care, but it's a pretty nifty little thing they're doing. I think other companies have been doing that sort of thing for a while, but in a different sort of manner. But in any case, the new 3DS and new 3DS XL is releasing February 13th. I'm not going to be getting it immediately because it turns out that my 3DS isn't broken. That was the only reason I was going to get a new 3DS because, frankly, I don't have the money to sort of keep spending on a new sort of handheld and all system and all that because I just bought an Xbox One last year. So, I'll wait my time for the new 3DS, Nintendo Anime Channel was announced for eShop, some sort of eShop app. Sorry, Nintendo app on the eShop. That'll be pretty cool, I guess. I think that'd be better if I had a 3DS XL or new 3DS XL rather than a standard 3DS. The screen quality isn't quite as good nowadays with the 3DS. A little bit scratched up and all that. I hope that didn't come out too quiet. Worrying earlier about how loud I am and then worrying about how quiet I suddenly get. Dear gosh, I really should have put that far away. Any case, moving on, because we're almost done. I'm quite surprised I'm managing to get this done quite so quickly. Codename Steam. May 15 release. Isn't a game I'm looking forward to. Isn't a game I'm too interested in, though I'm glad Nintendo are making a new IP. And the setting and such is cool. I mean, Abraham Lincoln in steampunk Britain. American novel characters as your protagonists. That's pretty cool. Yeah, ironically, despite how it may be annoying to some, Codename Steam has so far shown off the coolest feature of amiibos. You can play as Marth, Ike, Lucina, and Robin in Codename Steam. That is just awesome. That looks like a ton of fun. But yeah, so in the third-party department, Namco are helping out Nintendo again. Ace Combat Assault Horizon Legacy Plus will have amiibo support. It's a sort of playing dogfight series. I think you should probably know of it. I'll assume so because it's been around for a while. But basically, playing dogfighting and using amiibos will get you skins for the planes, make them look different and such. It's just nice to see that third parties are also taking advantage of the amiibos. Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate isn't a game I'm interested in because I've sort of avoided Capcom for a while after the travesty of what the heck did you do to Breath of Fire 6, and I am not going to pay for the ending of Azura's Wrath because I shouldn't have to pay for an ending. In any case, the person who was talking about it talked really fast, like insane. The subtitles could hardly keep up with him. And apparently, we got a new 3DS Monster Hunter 4 Special Edition exclusive to Europe. And you know what else is also exclusive to Europe? A new 3DS XL Majora's Mask as well. Yeah, that spiked a bit. Hopefully, I'll have to sort the sound on this, real proper. But yeah, Europe's getting quite a few exclusive new 3DSs. Well, 2. Which is more than us for America's getting, or Japan's getting. I don't even think Japan's getting the new 3DS Majora's Mask, which is strange. And Majora's Mask, not really something I care about. I think you already know that. It was one of the few Zelda games I'm not a big fan of. But Rafi's interested in trying out because he's read up on the thematics of themes and such of it all, and is interested in trying out for that. Xenoblade Chronicles 3D, exclusive to the new 3DS. It's been ported by Monster. They've been doing a great job of porting Wii games to 3DS. I'll be interested to see if their next game is also going to be a port of a Wii game, and what Wii game that would be. You've got to think of which one would actually be suited to be playing on a 3DS. In any case, that's happening. That's apparently April 2nd. Surprised it's so far apart from the actual release of the new 3DS. And Nintendo decided to, for at least for EU, decided to end off of a weird thing. Ironfall Invasion, a game made by 3 indie developers for the 3DS, third-person shooter from VD Dev. A little bit lackluster, I'd say, to sort of end off the thing. Although it does look pretty damn cool. It does look like it, for a second I thought it was on the Wii U in terms of, because of the general look and style of the game. Sort of action, sort of third-person shooting. Didn't look like the sort of game you'd usually get on a sort of handheld system, at least on a 3DS. So, good. I guess that's a market they're sort of trying to get into, and it's just looks pretty cool. Yeah, we managed to cover everything. I quite enjoyed the Direct. It was packed full of stuff, though, and I loved hearing about Platoon and such. Though there wasn't sort of like too much new to sort of super hype me up, but it was enjoyable. I'm a little annoyed. The coolest things that I really like hearing, that I liked learning about, the fact that Japan got new information on Rhodey the Sky Soldier, new footage of it, which I'm got a partial interest in. Fossil Fire's Frontier was mentioned in the American Direct, not mentioned at all in the EU one. It's one of the only 2 3DS games I'm hyped to get this year. And Tingle and Younglink are playable in Hyrule Warriors. I've wanted Tingle for so long playable. Why didn't that get shown in the EU one? It got shown in the US one, and the US don't like Tingle. In any case, oh yeah, super glad Tingle's in Hyrule Warriors. Most wanted character for it. I shall now then be trying my nighttime tea, which is stuck to its coaster. Not too bad. Not quite as flavoursome as I was expecting. Ooh, that's an aftertaste. Lots of aftertaste. And, very hot. Didn't let it cool down long enough. That was Nighttime Team. And that was my thoughts on the recent Nintendo Direct. I'm going to get work on it straight away to upload it as soon as possible. Cheerio now!